In the blink of an eye, Li Horan slipped past the explosion with terrifying speed. The raging fireball missed him completely, and when the flames cleared, he reappeared behind the demon, completely unharmed. The fiery demon froze in shock. Determined to put her in her place, Li didn't even bother drawing his crimson blade. Instead, he activated the power he had just obtained: Tentacle Stranglehold. Massive glowing appendages erupted from his body, lashing violently through the cavern. Within seconds, they wrapped around the rebellious demon from head to toe, bound completely and utterly powerless. Hanging helplessly in the air, the fiery demon finally understood the overwhelming gap between them. Her stubborn pride collapsed instantly. A system notification rang out. Her affection levels suddenly increased. Panicking, she desperately begged for forgiveness, formally pledging absolute loyalty to Li Horan. Satisfied that her rebellion had been crushed, Li released her, then coldly gave a single order: light the path ahead. With the cavern now illuminated by the subdued flame demon's fire, the group moved deeper into the darkness. Despite the dangerous atmosphere, his followers seemed more focused on him than the lurking monsters. His demonic companion and the newly tamed tentacle beast cling closely to his sides, shamelessly flirting and teasing him. The tentacle beast even joked he was copying her technique, suggesting they could research new abilities together. But Li ignored the distractions. His attention remained fixed on the mission. Suddenly, the loyal centaur knight raised her hand, stopping the entire group. Ahead of them lay a massive fork in the cavern tunnel. She suggested splitting up to search the area faster, but Li immediately saw through the trap. The branching tunnels were deliberately designed to confuse prey. Every path led to the same place. When they stepped forward, the truth became obvious. The clearing ahead was covered in crushed monster bones and thick, sticky webs. This wasn't a random nest. It was an enormous feeding ground. Suddenly, a disturbing rustling sound echoed through the darkness. Dozens of glowing red eyes appeared within the tunnels, watching them. Li narrowed his eyes. They had walked directly into the center of a massive hunting trap. But instead of retreating, he smiled, because this was the perfect opportunity to harvest an enormous amount of experience. He quickly formed a plan. Turning to the loyal centaur knight, he ordered her to activate Taunt. Rather than hunting the monsters individually, he would lure the entire swarm out and destroy them all at once. The proud centaur stepped into the center of the cavern. Her golden aura blazed brightly as she mocked the hidden monsters, daring them to face her. Her challenge worked almost too well. The faint rustling suddenly exploded. A deafening wave of skittering movement filled the cavern. Hundreds of colossal spiders burst from every tunnel. They rained down from the ceiling and surged across the cavern floor, charging straight toward the centaur's shield. Within seconds, the swarm buried her beneath a whirling mountain of fangs and legs. Watching the monsters gather, Li Horan's eyes lit with anticipation. This was the moment he had been waiting for. He gave a single command: eliminate them all. His squad moved in perfect coordination. Blazing fire, crushing tentacles, and surging dark energy all erupted at once into a massive explosion, instantly annihilating the entire spider swarm. As the smoke cleared, system notifications flooded Li Horan's vision. Level up alerts rang repeatedly. The countless monsters granted him a massive surge of experience. His level skyrocketed to 36, unlocking a new ability: Devil's Hand. A terrifying surge of demonic energy capable of grabbing enemies from a distance. But despite the victory, Li refused to relax. His instincts detected something wrong. A feeding den this large should have a ruler. Yet the Spider King had not responded to the centaur's taunt. Studying the cavern walls, Lee realized something. The tunnels the spiders emerged from were far too small for a high-tier boss, which meant the creature was not hiding in the walls. Slowly, Lee lifted his gaze toward the pitch-black ceiling, and at that exact moment, the darkness moved. A torrent of glowing green acid suddenly rained down from above. Reacting instantly, Lee shouted for everyone to scatter. They leapt aside just as the corrosive blast hit the ground, melting solid rock into bubbling toxic pools. From the darkness above, the true ruler finally revealed itself. A monstrous, low-tier 6 Spider King. Lee studied the creature carefully. A Tier 6 beast was no trivial enemy. Fighting it alone would mean certain death. But Lee Horan was not alone. With his elite squad ready beside him, he seized the moment, activating his newly gained skill, Devil's Hand. Crimson energy erupted from his arm, forming a gigantic spectral claw. The massive hand shot towards the ceiling and slammed directly into the Spider King, binding the giant predator within its own web, locking it in place, and the beginning of a brutal boss battle. With a brutal pull of his spectral arm, Lee Horan unleashes his demonic strength. The gigantic Spider King is violently ripped from its web and slammed directly onto the cavern floor. Knowing they only have a brief moment while the creature is disoriented, Lee immediately gives a single command: attack with everything. His squad responds without hesitation. Blazing fireballs, piercing energy beams, and crushing waves of dark power all crash into the monster at once. The cavern erupts into a massive explosion. Seeing what looks like the perfect opportunity, the loyal Centaur Knight steps forward. Lightning gathers around her weapon. She channels every ounce of power into her attack. With a fierce cry, she launches her fully charged Silver Moon Spear. The blazing lightning spear rockets straight toward the Spider King's face, but when the smoke clears, the entire battlefield falls silent. The terrifying Tier 6 predator never tried to dodge. Instead, it simply opened its jaws and caught the spear between its fangs. Before the stunned knight can react, the Spider King retaliates. A storm of razor-sharp webbing erupts from its mouth. The durable threads instantly wrap around the Centaur Knight, binding her in an unbreakable prison. The blonde demonic girl is caught as well, struggling desperately to break free. Sensing weakness, the Spider King slowly turns its gaze, locking on to the helpless demon. Venom drips from its massive fangs. The monster is not a mindless beast. It is an intelligent hunter, deliberately targeting the weakest prey. Refusing to panic, the demon braces herself, closing her eyes as the monster lunges. But just before its jaws can close, a flash of crimson light cuts through the cavern. When she opens her eyes, Lee Horan is standing directly in front of her. His dark blade gleams in the shadows. One of the Spider King's massive scythe-like legs has been severed. The colossal limb crashes onto the stone floor. The monster shrieks in rage. But the danger only escalates. From the wound, a violent spray of glowing green liquid erupts from the wound. Lee instantly leaps aside. The corrosive fluid splashes onto the ground, melting solid rock like acid. His eyes narrow. Even the creature's blood is toxic. Fighting this monster in close combat has just become far more dangerous. But Lee Horan only smirks. A little acid won't stop his blade. The Spider King is far from finished. A glowing magic circle forms above its head, preparing a devastating attack. Yet Lee remains calm because he still holds one more trump card. With a quiet command, a beautiful spectral maiden appears beside him, dressed in flowing white. Instead of attacking, she begins to sing. A haunting, cursed melody echoes throughout the cavern. The eerie song does not destroy the monster. but it slowly erodes its sanity, driving the massive predator into confusion and rage. Enraged, the Spider King retaliates. A massive storm of toxic acid rain erupts across the cavern. Lee reacts instantly. He orders the red-haired demon to ignite a blazing fire, burning away the sticky webs. Once everyone's freed, he commands the team to shelter beneath the Centaur Knight's barrier. As the deadly rain falls, Lee steps forward into the storm. Thanks to his high poison resistance, the corrosive droplets barely harm him. Ignoring the burning rain, he prepares a final assault. His pink-haired companion rushes beside him, thrilled by his trust. Together, they charge forward through the toxic storm. Lee unleashes a relentless barrage of crimson strikes. Each slash cuts deep into the monster's armor. A system alert appears. The Spider King has entered a severe bleed state. Its massive health begins draining rapidly. Landing lightly, Lee smirks. 3 separate bleed effects are already stacked. Even the monster's absurd defenses cannot stop the damage. Victory seems inevitable. But suddenly, the Spider King reveals a terrifying counterattack. Instead of collapsing, the giant arachnid pulls its legs inward and begins to spin. Faster and faster until the monster becomes a massive rotating blade. The spinning body creates a violent cyclone, flinging corrosive blood in every direction. Lee braces himself against the raging wind, realizing the horrifying truth. The intelligent predator has turned its own wounds into a deadly weapon.
The story gets crazier next. Subscribe and turn on notifications.